Hi, it's Matt Patrick, and this is Matt TV. All right. Story today about a 16-year-old kid spent the last 22 months in juvie. Now, why was he in juvie? Well, he and his friends, they'd get on their phone. Remember when we were 16? We kind of make those crank calls. Remember those? You know, you'd call them, hey, your refrigerator running? Better go catch it. Weren't those great? Those were good times. Well, now, I guess, at 16, what you do is you call up colleges and you phone in bomb threats. Yeah, isn't that funny? Now, those are good times. You know, bowl of popcorn, phoning in bomb threats. So he and his buddies would phone in bomb threats to colleges here in Indiana, in Ohio, all over the country. Then that wasn't good enough. Then they would phone in bomb threats to elementary schools and primary schools. And what they'd do is they'd go on the internet and they'd watch everybody panic. Oh, they were having a ball. And then one Saturday they got really, really daring and they called the FBI and phoned a bomb threat into the FBI. I could barely contain myself. Now, that is funny stuff. I never did any of that when I was 16. Did you? I mean, I might have called the lady down the street and asked if her refrigerator was running. But I never would have thought to call the FBI and phone in a bomb threat, or colleges and phone in a bomb threat. The kid was nuts. And the rest of the people that were doing it with him were also nuts. Kind of like this guy. Now, here's a question. Spent 22 months in juvie, and they talked to Mom today as they let him out on 3 years probation, and she said, I just can't believe they kept him in there that long. Oh, my gosh, they took him 500 miles away, and they put him away for calling him bomb threats to colleges. And the kid said, I'm really sorry, man. I didn't realize what I was doing. One more time. This guy. You know what? We caught this 16-year-old kid, put him in juvie for 22 months, and maybe, just maybe, saved an awful lot of people from an awful lot of pain. Imagine what would have happened if he called in one of those bomb threats and somebody got hurt in a stampede out of that school, or somebody had a heart attack. God forbid. I mean, he was calling them into elementary schools. Once again, this guy. And we hear stories about this guy and how everybody knew he was a nut. Everybody was afraid of him. Oh, they knew he was going to come in with a gun one of these days and shoot up a classroom. But nobody did anything. Hey, at least we caught this 16-year-old kid and put him away for 22 months. And maybe, just maybe, this kid's life will turn around. Unlike this kid, who we need to fry. The lesson here is if you see something that's not right, make sure you do something about it. And maybe we should start putting more kids in juvie for a few months so they can learn their lesson. Oh, and Mom, shut up. Put a sock in it. If that was my kid and they sent him home after 22 months, I'd ask him to take him right back to juvie and put him in there for another 22. Those stories and a lot more like them coming up. 95.3 MNC.